I took that out. I took a couple things out.
Just keeping it shrimple.
Yeah, I was keeping it shrimple.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's up, everybody? I'm Paulie. This is Dom G. We're with the Reverse Rim Company. And the focus of today's video is escaping mount. I notice sometimes guys get caught, so we're here to help you guys.
Let's get into it.
All right. Let's see, I'll go first, right?
Yep.
Guys, this is kind of day one stuff you learn, right? Where I want to escape this mount. He's reaching around my head, and I want to start to escape here. Right? This is, like I said, the beginner one, but it does work, and I'll catch guys like this, quite a bit if they want to settle. I just don't wait, right? But he's around my head. When he's around my head, a couple things have to happen here, right? I want to make sure that he stays around my head at this point. So I'm going to reach up on his shoulder, I'm going to grab, and I'm going to shrug my shoulders and pinch my head. That stops him from getting his arm out when I go to base, or go to bridge. If I go to bridge, he's just going to base out, right? It's no good. So I want to make sure that I keep this here. I want to bring my left leg over his foot. If I have all this and I decide that I'm going to bridge to that side, he's just going to base out there, right? It's going to be no good. And he can even also open his knee too. Some guys will do that. Also, I want to kind of change up direction sometimes. But I'm holding his shoulder, I'm pinching and shrugging, right? And I'm trapping this foot. Now I'll get ready to bridge right to that side. When I bridge, I'm not going to bridge from way out here. I'm going to bring him close a little bit. I'm going to bridge up and open. Boom. Right? So we'll come back again. He reached around my head. I didn't waste no time. I grabbed around his shoulder. I pinched, right? And I wanted to hook his foot here. Sometimes I cannot hook his foot here, right? And if I can't, what I'll do is I'll bridge to that side. When I did that, you'll see as I come back down, now I trapped his foot here so he can't base, right? Now I'll get ready to bridge again, right? And boom, this way here. Immediately, always hands on the biceps, and I'm gonna get ready to stand up or guard break. All right, so I'm gonna show that one more time. And again, he comes around, I trap, right? And I get ready to bridge. If I have a hard time again, maybe I don't have to bridge to that side, I can kind of even turn to that side. As I turn to that side, I'm able to trap, right? And I do a nice hard bridge, boom, right up, and I get ready to start breaking. So, which will lead us into the next one, and that'll be hands on the hip, the Kipping Escape, right? Maybe for this application here, he didn't hold around my head, right? So I wanted to go to his hips, and he's heavy there, right? So when he's heavy, I'm going to bring my elbows inside. If I cannot bring my elbows inside, no problem. I can always move my shoulders. My elbows are inside. My hands are on his hips. What I'll do is I'll bridge up. I can't push him away, right? I can't push him away because my knees are in the way, so I'm going to bridge up. When I bridge up, there's a little bit of space here, right? I bring my knees inside or my shins inside, and I extend him away. All right, so once again, he's here, and you'll see throughout this video, right? We're always gonna have our elbows inside a lot of times, right? I never want my elbows outside, right? So I want to bring my hands to his hips, right? I can even bridge up and bring my hands to his hips. Now I'm gonna bridge up again. If I have a hard time bringing my shins inside, I'll have to kip, right? So I bridge up, I make a little space, boom, and now I'm out. Once I bring my shins inside, I'm going to extend him away, right? I can even bring my hands or in his shoulders and extend him away and come up. All right, I'll give you a little bit of a different angle there. All right, so I bring my elbows inside as my hands go on his hips. I bridge up, and I extend him away.
Nice. So yeah, that's actually one of my favorite escapes that I've stole for Paul. It's super, super powerful. And timing and like determining where your opponent's at is so important in escaping the mount here, right? So like if his arm is around my head, that's my trigger. I know that this first one is probably gonna be my first move. I go here, maybe I don't get it, right? That creates the space for me to go to number two. My feet are close to my butt, elevate, extend them away and sit up. This leads right into number three for us, and shout out to Henzo's down in Florida. I learned this there, and it's one of my favorite escapes. It's just like one of your standard hip escapes, but there's some cool details that they showed there. So again, I can't stress enough how important it is to get your elbows on the insides of his knees. If you're out here, he's gonna start attacking arm triangles, he'll trap the arm, he'll crawl up on me. This is no good, no good. So I'm leaning, like, and this is a little detail as well, like so to get this elbow in, I'm not just driving it in, I'm just leaning away a little bit, coming back. That creates space for me. Now, I'm gonna keep my hand on his hip, my other hand will cover this hand, and my elbow is across to the opposite hip, my right elbow. Now, I'm gonna take my opposite foot, which would be this right foot here, bring it close to my butt to get a nice explosive bridge, and I'm gonna come up on my left shoulder. As I do this, I'm gonna pull my left knee between his legs and to my chest. So when it looks like this, I'm here. Now, depending on where Paul goes, if he's kind of away from me here, I could turn the corner and come right into single leg X. And if he crowds me from this position, right, I can go right into butterfly. I pull my right leg in, and now we're back to that same setup where we're gonna extend Paul away and sit up and get ready to sweep.
Let's give him a different angle there. Yeah.
One more angle on this. So again, I kind of lean away to get my elbow on the inside, bring my foot as close to my butt as I can. I get on my tippy toes. I'm gonna bridge, roll up on that left shoulder, extend Paul's hips away, pull my left knee to my chest, and now I could turn right into the single leg X here.
That's nice, because now I end up on the other side. So depending on how powerful that bridge is, you can go to either side.
Yeah.
Right, so which will lead us into another one. And when you have a few different escapes and you put them together, that's where it's important. That's where it's gonna count. If I'm just solely focused on just that one, it's gonna be a hard time, you know? Also, when I'm moving, like Dom said, and I want to get my elbow in there, I'm not just bringing my elbows in, I'm also turning to the side. If I can't move him and things, I'll move my own body, right? And I'll feel it where I know that I need to either move him or move me, right? But at this point here, okay, if he started to bring his knees towards me, I don't want that, right? So I'm gonna lean to my side, I'm gonna frame on my hip here, right? Now when I frame on my hip here, I'm going to push back and drop this leg and come up and over, right? And a good application for it is here. He's holding my head. I'm having a hard time here, okay? So I like to show it where he's a little high, right? But what happens is I have to start to be able to get this foot up. And sometimes I have a hard time. So what I'll do is I'll bring my hand down. I don't leave my hands down here forever. So what I do is I bring him forward. When I do, I'll drop my left leg again, right? Because he's not going to just let me lift his leg up. It's going to be a hard time. So I put my hand on his ankle here. I bump him forward, drop my leg, and cover this ankle. Okay, as soon as I do, this hand is coming inside. When it's coming inside, I can lift my hips in the air, and what do? I bring that elbow in, just like he said. I could try to push this, but it's hard, right? So I bring my hips up and elbows in. Now at this point, I can tell he's heavy here. He might be coming forward, depending on where he's at, but I can bring my knees up, and I start turning to the side and pushing away. Immediately, when I get here, I don't want him reaching over my head, right? And I just hold underneath here. And I can start to kind of frame away, bring him back and forth, right? So again, he is holding around the head here. I might have wanted to get, right, hey man, I didn't get it right, boom, and I'm back. And he didn't base out for me to go to the hips. So what I decided to do was reach down, right? And I didn't just reach down, I was bridging, I'm coming through, I'm reaching down, hand is on the ankle, I bridge up again, it raises that leg, I drop my left one, right? And I'm overemphasizing here, but I drop that left one, and I step over, right? Once I do, this right hand came inside here, right? And usually it comes in simultaneously. I'm able to lift up and come through. Now I'm able to push away and come out. And a lot of times he'll just disengage there, you guys. When you're gonna get two reactions. One reaction is if the guy's advanced, he's gonna disengage, and that's gonna be great. A lot of times, if he's not gonna disengage, he's not advanced, he's gonna try to hold and keep that pressure. When he's holding and keep that pressure, those little micro movements of the elbow inside, lifting and bridging are gonna make all the difference.
Yeah. It's look at the Ruotolo style.
Oh, nice. Yeah. This one's one that we've been working on in the gym a lot, guys. And man, I hit it a lot during live rolls, which is great. I went through all these different mount escapes, and when I did, I had a hard time, right? So I wasn't able to hit those. So I'm gonna expose my back here. This is a little bit more advanced, but it creates a good scramble and it creates space, right? So he wasn't holding my head, he wasn't doing different things. I was bridging and he's coming up, man. At this point, I'm gonna turn all the way to my side and expose my back a little bit. I'm gonna really turn to my side, boom. And when I do, he still has the mount here, so it's no good. I'm curled up, my elbows are inside, and I'm walking my legs forward, right? I'm walking my knees forward, and when I do, almost like he wants to take my back, I'm gonna lift up, and I'll do like a quarter Granby here, right? Boom, and I'm back. Right, I can go right into the single leg X here and hold, right? Depending on how powerful that is, right? Because sometimes, and I'll solo motion, right? Solo without it, right? So we're here, I wanted to kind of get inside there, I wasn't able to. Maybe he was holding around my head, right? And maybe I base, boom, I could come through, man. And I wasn't able to kind of hit this. I went, it was no good. He kept it, I was like, oh man, I'm right away, there's a little bit of space here because I brought my arm in, right? I don't want him reaching for my head. If he is, I'm still blocking. I'm gonna turn all the way to the side. When I do, you'll notice I expose that back a little bit. When I do, I'll walk up and I'll bring my hips right up, right? Boom, and I'm right back, right? And I can escape here any way I want, depending on where he's at. I can start to kind of stand up, scramble, doesn't make a difference, right? So, and the motion will look like this solo, right? As I turn to the side and I expose my back a little bit, I don't stay there. You'll see me walk my feet up and I'll explode up. All right. Super powerful there, you guys.
Yeah.
That being said.
That's awesome. Shout out to Cade. That's a beautiful escape. If you're still with us, thank you. Please hit that subscribe button. We got a couple more details to share with you, just some troubleshooting for some different reactions that you're gonna get while you're in the mount. We're gonna look at the grapevines, the high guard, and the modified mount. So, first we'll look at the grapevines. So if Paul laces my legs up here, this puts a lot of pressure on my knees, especially as he starts to flare his legs up. This is terrible. I got bad knees, and anyone that's been stuck in the grapevines knows, I mean, this is no good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my legs and I'm gonna kick my legs out to the sides, but I'm not gonna return to the same position so that it could just re-grapevine me. As I do this, I'm gonna kick out, bring my feet together, elbows come in, can't stress this enough. I'm gonna bring my tippy toes as close to my butt as I can, bridge, start going into those escapes that we just showed. The second kind of reaction that you're gonna get would be if this guy climbs up high, and I said high guard earlier, I meant high mount. This is terrible. I don't want to stay here. Paul could end up going into like a S mount, arm bar in, you could arm triangle, and I don't have any power in my hips. So going buck wild here when he's up on my chest is just a waste of energy, right? Like if I start bridging, look, I mean, we're not getting any of those reactions that we were looking at earlier. So what I want to do is immediately start army crawling. We'll scoot back a little bit here. So as he's up, I'm going to check his hips. I'm going to pull my elbows down to my sides as I start army crawling backwards to get Paul settled back on my hips and get my elbows back inside. So kind of looks like this. Elbows are inside, and immediately I'm moving into my escape. So I'm not going to get here and let Paul reset and then, you know, end up climbing back up and climbing back up underneath. That's a fail, right? So as I'm pushing him down, boom, I start kipping. I start hitting the escapes. And then the last kind of reaction, and you'll see this with the upper level guys, is like when you turn to your side, even I was doing it unintentionally when he was showing the Ruotolo escape, you modify your mount. Because if you don't, you'll end up losing the mount. So once they modify though, I don't want to sit here, let him crush my shoulder, gift wrap me, grab the opposite elbow and get ready to chair sit and take my back. So as soon as they modify the mount, I want to start running away. That'll disrupt Paul's base. I can pull my elbows to the inside. And depending on his reaction, I have all sorts of different options here, but I do tend to prefer to go right to the single leg X. So I bring my right knee in, throw my left leg on his hip, and start attacking the single leg X. So one more time. As I turn to my side and he modifies his mount, I'm already running away. It's instantaneous. I don't want to wait for him to get settled in. And if, depending on what he does, if he stands up, I like to elevate the leg. Keeping an elevated leg makes it easier to get into the single leg X, but you don't have to do that, right? You can scramble. Again, this is just what I prefer.
Yeah, very nice. Sometimes he'll take that leg and lift up high and over.
Oh yeah.
You know, when real quick, so no one gets hurt. Face that way down,
yep.
And do the lay on the shoulder. And we're gonna do the mount there, and go and face this way, just like that, guys. No, I want to show the back leg.
Where do you want?
So I want you here,
okay.
And like Don said, he wants to escape, right? And he wants to escape that modified mount. So for me on top, when I get here and he's gonna walk his hips away, I'm gonna fold that leg in. If I'm here and he starts to kind of come down, notice it's weird there. So remember, when you're doing that, you guys, you're just gonna fold back, right? He's gonna come through, and I already felt it, so I know that I need to come back up. So just to save your guys' knee there on that one, will help you out.
You want to create controlled chaos when you're in the mount. All these, and you want to go from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And they often create the space that you're looking for rather than trying to force something. You don't want to force, just the day one escape and then be like, oh no, it failed, and then get smashed. You got to keep bumping your hips, create reactions. Use those reactions for the openings for the other escapes that we showed, and then you'll find yourself out of the mount.
Good stuff.
So thank you again. Like I said before, huge thank you to all our subscribers, to all the love. We love making these for you, and we love that you guys are supporting. So please comment, like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.